Hey up YouTube, back again for another week. Don't really know what this episode's going to be. I'm hoping it's going to be strawberry runners, talking about them, some commonly asked questions, some questions I'm seeing a lot asked about corn, about potatoes. I'm going to try and cover as many commonly asked questions as we can. I'm also going to show you something from Dean's Lost the Plot. It's a bit of a challenge, so you're going to see me do it. I'm not really showing you, but I'm taking part in the challenge of is it carrot bottle challenge or bottle carrot challenge? I don't know, it'll be on the description. And the idea is to grow a carrot, a decent show size carrot, in one of these. So we're going to be seeing me do that as well. In fact, that's probably going to be the first thing you'll see, because I'm down here just on a quick flyer, just waiting for my water tank to fill up. So I'm going to get some of these done. I've only 6 bottles. Bit of a problem for me because we don't really drink pop in our house. So gathering up 2 litre pop bottles, bit of a challenge. So anyway, without further ado, let's get on. Right, okay guys, just move my chair a little bit. So we're still in frame. That looked a bit odd, didn't it? Whoop. So yeah, bottled carrot summer challenge 2020. I've started recording and I've not got myself a blade. That'll do. I wanted to use a pair of scissors. It would have got me a nicer cut, but hey ho, there is actually a bit of a seam on this bottle, but I want to cut it as high up as I can. So to sort of try and show you, I'm going to sort of cut about there, all the way around, taking this end completely off. We'll quickly nip that off. Now, at the moment, I've left the cap on. I will be taking that off. I can't remember if actually in Dean's video, so he explains a lot more about it, and I'll put a link to it up in one of the corners somewhere. You know how it works, I don't. What I am going to do though, whilst I'm here, I actually wanted to melt them, but I can't find my soldering iron, so I'm going to drill them. There's a couple of little holes, because what I'm going to do is hang these in the polytunnel. So I just want to put a couple of little holes in the side, and I've got nothing down here to do that other than a drill, which is a bit of overkill, but it's what I've got. I mean, I could cut a slit. The thing about sort of cutting a slit is you're actually creating a sharp corner or a sharp edge, I think knife makers call it. Tom, if you're watching this video, comment down below. But the thinking is, if you have a sharp edge, that it'll split a lot easier. Whereas a rounded edge doesn't split or crack as much, and a melted edge would have been even better. But like I say, I don't have that luxury. Now, I've not measured any of this. This is all completely by eye. Bugger. That's just created a sharp edge. Ah well, we'll hang it, see what happens. And then the idea is going to be to put either some string or some, am I in shot? Yeah. Either put some string or some garden wire through there and just hang it on the edge of the polytunnel. The reason I've left the cap on is obviously it makes filling it a lot easier. And it really is going to be a matter of, and so I've got 6 of these to do, but I'm going to do them one at a time. That could be to my folly, I don't know, but I'm just going to show you this one. Now, the variety I was looking for to grow in here was actually going to be sweet candle, but I searched high and low and couldn't get any sweet candle apart from ordering some online, and I'm running out of time. I'm sort of, July is sort of your last chance for sowing any carrots. They'll give you a late season carrot. So what I'm sowing is these from Johnson's. As you know, I can't do this bit, and they are Nantes 5. They're a late carrot, I like Johnson's, you get a little row marker, but these ain't going in rows, they're going in bottles. Although I am putting some in rows, I'm going to put some in the polytunnel, as all my Chantenay carrots got taken out the other day, which were very tasty, very nice indeed. And so the challenge for me, for those of you that know me, is going to be to try and put I'm going to put 2 on, purely and simply because obviously then I can sort of, let's see, check for germination, cover them over just lightly. Carrot seeds don't want to be too deep. General rule of thumb for sowing seeds, by the way guys, if I've not mentioned this recently, is 3 times, they go as deep as 3 times the thickness of the seed. So get a handy dandy measure here. So if you've got a seed that is 1 centimetre long, you would plant it 3 centimetres deep, so it'd be down here. You know, that's the general, or not long, well, you know, I'm contradicting myself here, the width of the seed. I've not got any squash seeds. It's easier to show you with a squash seed, but you know, if this was a seed, it's not, I don't go off the height of the seed, it's the thickness of the seed. So that'll go 1, 2, 3 times as deep as it is thick. Anyway, and that's it. It is as simple as that. I'm going to give this a good drink. I'm going to get it hung up. Take the bottle cap off once all the compost has settled, and that's it. It's just, it is as simple as that. That is the carrot bottle challenge. Like I say, I'll put it properly in the video title, and that is it. Simples, eh? Well, we'll see. But I'm going to get on. I'm going to sow another 6, and then I am going to put in a row of carrots in the polytunnel as well. So I'll probably show you that once I've got these made up and ready to go. So I'll see you in a bit. Well guys, I don't know if this is showing up on camera. Just arrived at the plot to do some work and record a video for you guys, and the heavens have opened. Hopefully it's not going to stick around. I'm going to chill out in the shed, and hopefully it'll pass over. The clouds seem to be moving pretty fast. I don't know if you can see up there. So I'm just going to chill out in the shed for 10 minutes. Hopefully it'll pass, and then we'll get out there and we'll do some strawberry runners. I think we're going to have a look at today. And I've still got, I've left me carrot seeds at home. Bugger. So we're not doing the carrot seeds today, but we can do strawberry runners and look at a few other things. So I'll see you in a bit. Okay, guys, this is probably not going to marry up properly and it's going to seem a little weird. These are the carrot bottles. I did actually film a whole spiel about them when I hung them, and for some reason I lost the footage. So this is the carrot bottle challenge. You will have just seen me sow them, but obviously it's just a bottle full of dirt, or in this case compost, some carrot seeds in the top, watered. I've left the bottles, the lid caps on just for the time being. They are going to come off. The one thing I am thinking about doing is just attaching another string here, just to help them hang more straight instead of slightly angled. I don't really know if it's going to make any difference. We'll see. And the other thing I did that it didn't record was, you saw me put these 3 plants in here. Now this one in the middle that's yellow and actually looks like it needs a bit of food, although it will now be getting food, is a honeydew melon. And what I've done is I've fitted this chicken wire to the inside of the polytunnel frame. You see it's just tie wrapped on here, and I'll train it to come up there. And what I'll do, because a lot of people say, well, how then do you support the melons? Well, I'll either use some of the missus's tights, because she goes through a fair few because she's a nurse and she has to wear a smock, and anyway, or you know the netting that the seed sets come in. Long time subscribers will have heard me mention this before. The netting that your seed sets come in, I just hang the melon in that. It supports it just fine. Just sort of tie it off on the, you know, make a sort of hammock out of it, so to speak. One of the other questions that I'm seeing getting asked quite a lot is, I'm still getting asked, and I'm still seeing quite a lot of people asking, what is a sucker on a tomato? Now this is a good example. These guys have I actually desuckered this plant last week. No, not last week, 3 days ago, and these guys have grown in 3 days. So what you can see here, you can see, let me just try and, you can see the main stem here. This is the main stem. You see this leaf, and this is where the leaf meets the stem. That's called a node. And what will grow out of that node is a sucker. Now, I'm not going to lie, some people do say leave them on. I don't. And literally, it's as simple as that. Just snap it off. Or if you want, I think I've got mine in my pocket, get your trusty secateurs and snip it off. Okay guys, so what I'm going to try to do is show you 2 of the most commonly asked questions in July, or in early July. The first one being, what are these on my potatoes? Potatoes, or a lot of variety of potatoes, believe it or not, do actually produce berries from the flowers. You tend not to see these so much on the first early varieties, as I will show you as I walk around in a moment, but you certainly do see them on a lot of main and late cropping varieties, because they're the plants that would normally go to full adulthood. So your green berries and your flowers, you can take them off if you really want to. Every year you see this argument with regards to leaving them on or taking them off, and I leave them on. It's far too much hassle, but it's up to you guys, it's up to you. The second most asked question I see in July is, should my corn look like this?
yes, it is perfectly natural. This stage of the corn, the top of the corn, where you can see where it just looks like a top of a blade of grass that's grown too long, they're the tassels. Lower down, where I was just showing you on the plants themselves, you will see eventually little sprouts start to form, and out of those will come what are called the silks. They're the female part of the plant, and what happens and why we sow sweet corn in blocks is the wind blows around the top of those tassels right there, and the pollen falls down onto the silks below, which is what forms each and every kernel on your sweet corn. So I hope that clears up a couple of questions that are commonly asked in July. I'll see you later.
So as I said, guys, time really hasn't been on my side this week. With a back injury sort of earlier in the week, I do have a back problem, and it seemed to flare up earlier in the week. I couldn't spend as much time down here this week as I would have liked, which is evidenced by the weeds. Obviously this time of year with the rain that we've had, rain, a little bit of sun, rain, a little bit of sun, your weeds will be getting carried away, so do make sure you're down there with your hoe as regular as you can. But yeah, it really did scupper me this week. There was loads I wanted to get done. I needed to start recording the video about the strawberry runners, but hopefully I've answered sort of 3 commonly asked questions for this time of year. Something I'm going to try and continue to do is that it's difficult, but you know, I'm going to try and cover those as much as possible. So if you have any questions, if you see any commonly asked questions in Facebook groups, etc., etc., let me know and I'll try and answer them in a video. But guys, please remember, do like, share and subscribe. It really does help me out, especially hitting that like button. Welcome to all the new subscribers. That last week's video seemed to do really well, so welcome to Conversation Shed, all the new subscribers. We do other things other than just garden related stuff, so don't worry if you see sort of a model video crop up and things like that. It's not that you've subscribed to the wrong channel, it's just that we do a couple of different things on this channel. Obviously we do chicken keeping, DIY, obviously gardening and model making. Maybe some few more things to come, we're not sure. We're in talks with a few other people at the moment to see what's going on there. But without further ado, guys, that's going to be it from me today. Time's knocking on. I think it's getting up towards 7-8 o'clock at night. I've got loads I still need to do, but unfortunately I just have to be very careful not to push my back too much, because I can end up laid up and I've got jobs lined up for next week that I need to do. So next week I'm going to do a live. I don't know if I'm going to go live from down here in the shed or live from home. It doesn't really matter to you guys really, I suppose. But next week there won't be a video on a Sunday. I will go live next Saturday, and I'm provisionally saying 8 PM GMT. So please join us for that chat. It's chat, you know, it's gardening themed, but we tend to get carried away and chat about anything for a couple of hours. So please come along, join in, and let's have a laugh. But that's it from me today, guys. I'm going home. I've not had any dinner, so I'm hungry. I'm going home. I'll see you later.